Hello everybody, this is Ryan with Cattler, and in this video I want to go over a very basic how-to of a lot of the latest elements that were on our previous build. Some of them have been fixes on the dashboard, closeout and cattle sale improvements, animal health improvements, a lot of animal health, Yardsheet reports in PDF, new Yardsheet layout, Feedbunk score with new layout and integration, and a little bit more of these things as well. So I will start little by little. So over the last build, and previously, I would recommend for all of you that are interested, we've recently launched our animal health, and you can find our link to that either on our YouTube page, or also if you are a member of Cattler, it is on the alerts on the right hand side. One of the first things I'm going to talk about is one of the big fixes that we made was on the commodity prices. We restructured this a little bit in order to make it look a little bit better and add the bushels. One of the elements that we did change was on cattle management, on sales and purchases. For those who remember previously, the sales and purchases section was quite not, you weren't able to make a lot of changes to it. And what I mean by that is that it was all kind of grayed out, and now we provide you with the possibility of making several changes to your sale. So what I mean by that is, first and foremost, the possibility of changing the live weight at the feed yard. So previously what had happened was that, or what we had, and this is what we changed, was that this live weight was fixed. Now this live weight is changeable, which means that when you change this, it will also change your closeout, which will in turn give you different information on what your actual closeout will look like. So this is changeable. Weight on arrival when they arrived at the plant. So say it's on. There you go. Dressed weight, the same thing. So all of this is, there you go. The yield. There you go. Percentage and the value of sale, just as an example. There you go. Just as an example. And then any sale expenses. This is also something new that we put in. So there we go. After this, you'd be able to sell, add an invoice number, and select which of the two sale types it was ultimately. So again, a lot of flexibility on this end, and this was pretty big element that we wanted to change because it just wasn't jiving correctly or as we wanted it. One of the big elements that we did change was on the yard sheet. So on the yard sheet, I'm going to go back once again, is for those that have seen the video of the animal health, Cattler now allows you to go through to the settings and select any of your pens as a animal hospital. So what this will allow you to do is, just an example, for choose 13 animal hospital. Then if I press save, it would work. But what this would allow you to do is create different animal hospitals, and with that, what you would be able to not only have that as an animal hospital, but also in addition to that, the possibility of feeding that animal hospital, which means that you're then going to be able to have accurate billing as you move forward. But on the yard sheet, we made a lot more malleable and much more, easier, just basically easier to get that information that we're looking for. So as an example, we added a lot more information up on top, but mostly we added the overview of the graph. So you've seen this, your feed delivery record and how it's going, but we also added the roll call. So what the roll call is ultimately the possibility of having here all of your all of your individual lots, individual animals. So remember, Cattler's main idea is that every animal that enters the program or that enters your feed yard is an individual anonymous animal. What that means also is that what Cattler allows you to do is that at any moment you are able to previously upload a CSV, if that is what you always do, if you always upload a CSV file with their individual numbers or EIDs, tags or EIDs, but then also we allow you to, as you work with them, add on a tag or an EID, which will allow you to identify them for any treatment. So what that would look like is the following. If I were to select this one right here that has no tag or anything, I am able to give it a tag number, 1350. Let's say that's the tag number I have. And then from here, all of a sudden it's an individualized animal with a very specific number. From here, I'm also able to assign it a treatment. So assign any of the protocols that I already have on the animal health section. And I can apply it today or backdate the application as well. And then also with adding a protocol, I am also able to select a product as well if I wanted to. So if I want to select a specific product, just as an example, this one, 2 cc's dose, add. Then there we go. I have both of these. What is important to mention is that this withdrawal period has now come into effect with the animal health section as well. What this means is that one of these vet products inside of this protocol has a withdrawal date that would take you to this withdrawal date, the 2nd of August. And how do you create this? If you go to supplies, go to medicine, and in medicine, you're going to be able to select in the horizontal bar, go to edit, and then from here, put in the withdrawal date. So what this means is that ultimately, if you have withdrawal dates, you have a one vet product that has 5 days or 10, and another one has 10 days, but they're inside the same protocol. That what would happen is that it will take you always to the highest withdrawal period, just to be on the safe side. Now, what is also true is that if you do have this withdrawal period and you do want to do a cattle out, you want to sell, this pop-up of withdrawal date will show up. Now, it's our duty to let you know, but it is in no way our goal to limit or not let you exercise any kind of faculties that you want. This withdrawal date will pop up, but if you would like to override it, you can override it as well. I think that's worth mentioning. Furthermore, I would say that when it comes to individualized animals, I would also remind you all of the PenWriter app that is on the phone. So if you're on the phone and if you select go to the Yardsheet, you do have at the very bottom this yellow bar that says read tag ID. And then from here, the possibility of entering a visual tag or an EID, and it will allow you to, while you're on your horse or while you're just walking around in the pen, be able to do any of these applications, not from the computer that I'm doing right now. So that is also something that is super important for all of us to know. I've talked about the withdrawal date, the withdrawal period. I've talked about a little bit about the animal profile improvements, as well as this new element of the Yardsheet. But also, what is important is that from this yard sheet, you're always able to, if you have the overview and you're looking at the feed, you're going to be able to jump directly onto the bunk score that will take you to your bunk score and make any changes that you would want. So this is also something that is new that takes you there directly. So if I were to go into this, this would be bunk score, and this button will take me directly to the feeding section, directly to the bunk score, and we have a new layout on the bunk score, which has both as fed and dry matter, both in your target and then your actual for both of them. So my target dry matter, my target as fed, and what was my actual dry matter, my actual as fed. Just to see how close you actually were. And this has been something that has been requested for some time, and now is finally on here. Again, a lot of the elements that have been requested are on here, and that is for all those who have been around for quite some time, know that we take very seriously any and all member recommendations. It's how we create, it's how we work, it's what makes Cattler Cattler ultimately, and allows us to continue to grow and innovate constantly. I'm going to now go into the EID handling improvements. So as I stated before with the animal health, the possibility of assigning a EID tag on the go, and which will an EID on the go if you are wanting to treat. But now what you can also do is, if your goal is to have multiple to have, before you even start, several of your let me refresh this with my internet is not jumping up that well. If you have several, if you want to have all of your animals with some sort of individualized tag or EID, close some stuff up. What that will do, what I'm going to show you now is how to kind of bypass it and make it much quicker than what we've had you do in the past, which was upload CSV files. There you go. So let me show you what I was mentioning just now, which is if I go to let's find one that has 50 head, this one over here. And for all of you that know, this cattle management inventory will allow me to show us more information on this lot. And if let's see if all of these have any kind of tag. They do have tags, so let's choose another one. Five. Let's try this one. For the overview. Okay, so in this case, what I'm going to like to show you all is that in this case they don't have any, just maybe one tag. But what you can do now is by clicking on the pen, you're going to have an access to making individualized changes to each of them or to all of them. But so how do you do that? If you want to select all of them, you can select all of the options, so the tags or the IDs, and what you can do is now bulk edit tags. So what this means is that if you know that you are bringing in 25 head and you have a row of numbers that you want to place in there, it's very simple thing to do now is if you want, you can add a prefix and a, how many decimals, basically how many numbers, it's going to be 4, and the starting number is going to be, 2000. There you go. And the suffix is going to be another J as an example. So it's going to start from 2000, which is the starting number, 4 decimals, prefix A and suffix J. And then there you go. Again, not all of these are obligatory fields. You can just do it also with the decimals and the numbers, but just for example, I thought this was important. Again, add, and now all of these tags have been inputted right now. Save changes. All of these are now on Cattler, which means that you can now pull them up whenever you want, either on the PenWriter app or directly from the cattle management section or the Yardsheet, whichever one you prefer. See, all of them are here now. And just to be incredibly thorough, you can, from here, from the cattle management section, you can also access the animal profile. And as we've said before, send them to the hospital pen if you want to. 101, and you'll see that it's going to change from being in the pen H2 to pen 101 and hospital pen. So again, a lot of important elements for this. One thing that was very requested was the following. As we've seen before in the Yardsheet at some point just followed a random order. It did not really have a specific order of showing, of popping up. There was no real reason behind that, to be completely honest. What we've done now is that in the Yardsheet, you're going to be able to select the order of it's going to allow you're going to be able to select an order from the settings that will impact directly your delivery plan, your Yardsheet, and your Feedbunk score. What this means is that if you have a specific order of pens that you want to see, what order you want, you're able now to click on the grayed out number 1. Oh, my bad again. There we go. Cancel. I'm going to click on the grayed out number 1, and it's going to allow me to switch the order on here. My computer. Now I'm able to move it. It's just a glitch on my computer. For some reason, it's taking it longer. There you go. I just moved it from number 1 all the way down number 3. So if your pen number 2, 3, number 2, number 3 are first, and then you have your other pen, which could be pen 5 or pen 4 that you want to move across, you can move it wherever you want. So this will directly impact now the order of your Yardsheet, impact also the order of your delivery plan, and ultimately of your bunk score. Whatever order you decide to have here will now have a direct correlation on your Yardsheet and what it looks like right now. So that's one of the main changes that has also been made on Cattler that is super important and that has a direct correlation to what a lot of people have been asking us. That, go back. Because if you look here, let me see, go back here. No, 3 then 1, there we go, exactly. New Yardsheet layout, which talked about, Feedbunk score. I think the other last element that we could talk about is one of the newest reports that we have. I didn't save save the changes on here. So H2, hold and B101. This was changed now. So H2 should be here. There we go. So H2 has changed, hold and B101. Those three have changed, which also means that on the delivery plan, these three pens should also have changed, which also means that on the bunk score, these have also changed. So again, it's all about those small changes that do have the small thing H2, hold, and B101. Exactly what we talked about. I think one of the last elements to go into is one of the new reports, which is the Yardsheet report, which has a lot of information and the possibility of downloading it as a PDF as well. So on your Yardsheet, I'll show what it looks like. So it's downloading right now the report for the. I mean, I'm looking for the information again. There you go. You have all here. What you can do now is you can download a PDF of all the information or a Excel file, whichever one you prefer. But this will allow you to grasp, better understanding of everything that's happening at your yard. And there we go. It is downloaded on my device. There we go. Yardsheet report. So if I bring it up, you will have a ton of information. A ton of information on your PDF for some reason. There you go. So you're gonna have, how each of your different pens is performing, sublots in it, who the owners are, what the entry weight is, what the current weight is. Powered by Cattler, of course. And there we go. Entry weight, current weight, and average feed consumption, average. So a lot of information that you can just download and have with you that will allow you for better and more informed decisions as it all goes. So those are some very important new features that have come out, and I think that will be all on my behalf. Thank you for watching, and I really do hope that you guys have I've liked what you've seen. I will thank you very much, and I will stop the recording. Bye bye. Thank you. Have a great day.